It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 417. You know what we mean. Starting off your Thanksgiving week with the only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. Big weekend of sports that just passed and a big weekend ahead. We got a Super Bowl rematch going on. A big game and one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports taking place in college football. Some key injuries to some QBs in the AFC North. The Washington Commanders. What the hell went down yesterday in Landover with the Commanders? Of course, the Ravens are headed out west this week. We're at the midseason point. We recap the season so far, give our midseason MVPs, game ball, not so game ball, look back on week 11, and preview week 12 with those picks and more. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, sign off in the comments, and donate via that Cash App if you like. It's the only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. The episode is number 417. Happy Thanksgiving from the Flex Zone Podcast. That's right, more exciting and more action-packed and more filled than that plate you will partake in this coming Thursday. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, only place fellas giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Let us from the Flex Zone be the first to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Safe and healthy out there, everybody. But it is episode 417. More meaner than those greens that your grandmother makes. Only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it. Big show, quarterback injuries, Super Bowl rematch, big college football matchup. We're previewing Survivor Series and looking back on the weekend that was in wrestling as well. The Commanders, well, we'll let Cavante tell you all about that. And the Ravens headed to LA to possibly bury a West Coast team. Make sure you follow us at the Flex Zone 1, Twitter, Instagram, and the Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok. And you can donate to that Cash App, the Flex Zone 1 and the Flex Zone 1 at gmail.com. You guys know I am God's favorite host, but it's my boy. He's batting leadoff, the social media producer. You know he's going to be coming for the meat this weekend, and he'll be having him saying this. It's Big Raj, baby.
Finish him, Daddy. Finish him, Daddy.
No bread, no water, just meat.
And if you saw my Facebook or Instagram post, all you saw was meat, baby, because that's what I've been eating on. But besides that, your boy Big Raj is here, for another episode of the Flex Zone Podcast. So hit that like, hit that subscribe button. This is what we do every Monday and throughout the week. But it was a great weekend, man. Had a lot of fun, ate a lot of meat, and did a lot of things.
Phrasing.
This next man, he's going to be getting to the yams and getting to the goofies. He's the captain of the goofy ship. He is the voice of reason. He is the Commander Lorian himself. I don't even know if I should be playing. You know what? It only calls for one thing this week for his Washington Commanders. Cravante, baby. They was throwing hands out there, brother. One more time.
One more time. Yep. Perfect. That's what they all deserve. No paychecks. That. The whole organization. There it is. The whole organization. No paychecks. When Ayo Byron, Dre, Raj, when they get paid, do they get paid Monday or Tuesday? When would they get paid?
I think it's Tuesday.
They don't get paid this week at all.
They
That's where
shouldn't.
they played.
They shouldn't. Is what I'm saying.
I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, as a matter of fact, for real.
I felt like it's Tuesday, but nah, they should deliver that with that sound effect in the back And Raj, that belt, that need to be the delivery for Tuesday. No game checks, because nobody, and I mean nobody, deserved to get paid for that performance. Straight whoopings. That's what y'all need. All the way up until Wednesday night. And then y'all get another whooping for Thanksgiving. I can't. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just gonna eat. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. Go ahead, Dre. Just mess up my face.
He's the voice of reason. He is the patriarch, much like Christians of AEW. He's the patriarch of the Flex Zone podcast. He is the pride of the East Side Savior of misbehavior, the man you can bring to your Thanksgiving dinner, and he will make your family proud. It is my boy Drizzy Drader, Dean of Balsall High University, Mr. Morgan State University. My brother, how you feeling?
Hey man, I'm feeling really good, man. I had a really good weekend. I was with my brother, my fellow cancer brother, and he it's a shame that I've known this man for all these years, and I didn't know that he legit was the meat man until I paid attention to it this weekend, hanging with him. Uncle Raj is legit the meat man.
In more ways than one.
My heaven, you gone too far.
I might have to. He actually inspired me. I told him, I was like, man, I said, I started to order the crab cake and then I saw the steak and I was like, nah, let me change that order, bro.
No bread, no water.
No water's wild. Water's wild. I'm just wanting to say, no water's wild. No bread cool, but no water's wild.
Well, appreciate you, Dre. We got a lot to get to, man. I know we want to get your thoughts on a lot in the world of sports and professional wrestling as well. You was out with Big Raj. Y'all watched a very fine pay-per-view, if I do say so myself. Dre, let me start with you, man, while I got you on screen. Real quick, let's get the flex talk. Got a couple quick hitters. Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson both done for the season. It was announced this past week. Good news for the Ravens, as two AFC North quarterbacks are out. We did see Cleveland beat Pittsburgh this week, but your thoughts on the state of the AFC North now without Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson for the rest of the season?
It was, ironically enough, both men were knocked out by the Ravens. Of course, not intentionally, but and it does suck that those two quarterbacks are out. Being that it looked like all four teams were going to make the playoffs. Despite the lack of offense from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'll say at least one of those three teams will probably make it at this point. You just don't know. Pittsburgh, their offense is, dismal. Cleveland, their defense will keep them in. And then the Bengals, you're just unsure. And I mean, it seems like they put all their eggs into the Joe Burrow basket. And after this season, they're going to start missing some guys because you got to pay Chase or Higgins, and then they got some other things to work out. So it's just unfortunate. But hey, like you said, I mean, it opens up the door, for the Ravens even more. It seems like the Ravens were going to win the North, but you just don't kind of want to win it, in that fashion. And then we even have injuries on our end. Marlon Humphreys had missed part of the game, and then Andrews. But they're saying Mark Andrews may be able to actually come back this season. So we'll see. But I mean, he's a vital piece, one of the top three tight ends in the league. So I mean, the injury bug has been all the teams within that division, but it is the best division right now in all of football. At one point, it was the NFC East, but now I think that's shifted to the NFC North because I said at one point in time, damn it. But as I said, right now,
You don't want to think. You're not thinking about the past right now. Hurry up, Drake.
but
Yeah,
right
he said
now,
quick hits.
oh, I'm sorry. Went on a soliloquy.
All good, brother. Raj, I'm gonna go to you, man. How you feeling?
All right, look, this is how I feel. After watching Joe Burrow go down with the Bengals, I'm thinking their season is finished. I don't see how they come back from the deficit they're in. They already lost like to every team in the division, and it's like an uphill climb to even make the playoffs at this point, especially with Joe Burrow being out. But with the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson being out, I feel totally different. I think that team can definitely still make the playoffs. I still think they're a big threat, even though they don't score as many points as other teams do. To be honest with you, it don't matter who the quarterback is; they find ways to win. So I think they'll still be in the playoffs. They'll still be a threat to the Ravens, and as long as Myles Garrett is there, they'll have a chance. So even though Deshaun Watson's gone, they'll be fine.
Go ahead, Cavante, real quick on this big injury news. A lot of injuries throughout the NFL as well. We saw Aaron Jones go down yesterday, amongst others. So many to
Yeah.
name.
So pretty much half the AFC East lost their signal callers. But speaking specifically about Joe Burrow, this sucks for the Bengals because it seems like they were just kind of hitting their stride a little bit. Now, my guy, they did run into my guy CJ Stroud, so and he had to put that thing on it. We'll talk about Ohio State a little bit later, but he had to get them up out of there. But it looked like the Bengals were starting to get back into their groove a little bit, and now it's just over. I think this is a wrap right now. Dre said it earlier. Pretty much next year they got to pay at least one of them three potential, like number one receivers, and we all know they're keeping Jamar Chase. So either Tyler Boyd or T Higgins is probably one of the odd men out, and I guess we'll find out during the offseason. But that's unfortunate that this season unfortunately is over before Thanksgiving because I don't think they have a snowball's chance because their offensive line was already suspect. Like now, Raj, like you said with the Browns, I think the Browns look a little bit better because one their offensive line is better, and I don't know. I guess their signal calling, like their play calling, is a little bit better, and of course their defense is better. So I think the Browns have a little bit better shot moving forward. I think the Bengals are going to be in the cellar for the AFC North moving forward. So, but that bodes well for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, the injury bug is still a thing, but and you obviously can't take any games for granted. But the Ravens are in the driver's seat to win this division.
And Rod, they got your boy Flacco now on the Browns practice squad.
That's right. Joseph is back. Happy that he has a job. He has like 15 kids to feed. So
he got more than Philip. He don't got more than Philip Rivers, do he?
No. He only got I think he only got 5 or 6.
Six. I think he got like 6 or something like that. Because Philip just hit double digits.
But I mean, he adds championship pedigree to the team, and he adds knowledge. So I mean, that's always a help for a rookie, especially like DTR going forward. But we shall see, man. That brother, I know we destroyed him when we played him, but watching him a little bit yesterday, I think he'll be all right, especially in that offense. So we'll see.
Wouldn't that be something if the Ravens and Browns played in the playoffs and Flacco was starting? Just the way the world
Wow.
that sports works. Just saying.
Wow.
I don't think he's starting. It'll be DTR if that's the case.
As long as healthy.
Right.
Fluco.
Flacco. Be
Just had to hear you
respectful
say it,
to the
brother.
Super Bowl champion.
Fluco, but no, I was just hearing on Raw that the fifth member who we all assumed would be is now Randy Orton. So
Yeah.
Is he even there tonight? No, he's not.
No, Cody's just pontificating and trying to sell the pay-per-view because it's about to go off. It's very underwhelming reveal. Anyway, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later, Dre, when we talk about Survivor Series.
as Fluco being on the Browns.
Hey,
Yo,
man,
Earl, Mark, Queen, what up with y'all, man?
this is not
Let's go.
underwhelming because Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock at the Big House, the Ohio State number 2 travels to face number 3 Michigan for the Big Ten and a guaranteed spot in the college football playoff. Crevante's favorite time of year, not only Thanksgiving weekend, eating those leftovers, watching the Ohio State take on Michigan.
Tell him, Flock Nation. Tell him, baby.
Hey, you coming to me first, Byron?
Only person I'm coming to first. You already know.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Hey, man, listen. Michigan, because and Michigan is on a crazy high right now. Well, before the whole situation, they were on a crazy high. Now, um, I'm looking at them kind of teetering a little bit. I don't know if they're gonna have that same oomph that they gonna need to be the old time rivalry without Jim Harbaugh backing them. Well, not backing them, leading them. With him not being there, I don't know if he'll be stealing signs from his house or virtually, but him not being there, I think is really going to hurt them. And on the flip side, Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like the best player in college football. Quarterback and not for the quarterbacks and non-quarterbacks. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like the best prospect moving forward. And again, shout out to my boy Caleb Williams because he is still that in USC. But God, my gosh, Marvin Harrison is he looks like a man amongst boys. And the Ohio State, they look great. They're hitting on all cylinders right now, and I think this is a perfect time for them to be hitting their stride. And like I said, it's too much going around Michigan right now. So I mean, well, whether it was or wasn't, I was leaning the Ohio State. But Jim Harbaugh has had some success, and he's not there. So I'm gonna roll with my team.
Trey, who you rolling with, brother? You still want to stick with Michigan, who struggled against Maryland last week, surprisingly? No, I'll be the first to tell you.
They did struggle against Maryland, but I also thought it was kind of a trap game. I mean, the anticipation and the hype has really been around the Ohio State and Michigan. So it's one of those sandwich games. You know how it is in a regular season. You want to get to the big game, and Maryland was able to hang with them a lot closer than what they probably should have. But I think that Michigan, I think they still pull it out. I think that what happened with that particular game against Maryland, though it was kind of like a trap game for them, I think it was also a focus setter for them. I think that this team is all in, being that they feel like as everybody against the world that their head coach has been indicted twice. Earlier this season being suspended and at the beginning and now suspended at the end of the season. It's a rivalry game and everybody knows that this is big game for the Ohio State and it's a big game for Michigan. And I feel like being that this game is in Michigan is definitely going to help Michigan. And I think that they can rally enough to win this football game over the Ohio State. Had this game been in Ohio, I would have favored the Ohio State being everything that's happening. And there's rumors that Jim Harbaugh may face more suspension from the NCAA after this season, but we'll see what happens, whether he leaves or whether or not he stays, to be determined.
Can they do
Well,
that?
They can
Next
do
season,
whatever they want.
next, because remember, so he's there's also some like recruiting violations that have happened.
Oh
Uh,
gosh. So
so
more like
there's
different.
stuff. So.
yeah,
Okay,
he'll
so
be a
so so
Chargers
talk like
coach or a Bears coach.
I already said, yeah, he don't care. He is out of there. So yeah,
He, but then again, I don't know, because at first I was like, I'm thinking, I'm leaning towards more he's out of there, but there might be a slight chance he might stay, depending on what jobs are opened up. I mean, we've talked about some of the jobs that he should take. Like, I wouldn't, if I was him, I wouldn't take the Bears job, but the Chargers job, if that's open, I think that would be a really good job for him. It's going to be the Washington job, Cravante. He could end up there.
come on.
Um, so I mean, I mean, the Raiders, that could be an opening. It's so many
So he's
positions.
just gonna go to all 32 teams. Is what you're saying? You can go to any
No,
Listen,
but
listen, but no,
some
That,
if
teams
that,
they
will.
look,
if the Bears pick Caleb Williams, the Bears now become a better job. If they get Caleb Williams. And with the Panthers as bad as they look, the Bears will probably pick up Caleb.
look. There's only two teams that Jim Harbaugh will go to. One is the Bears. The other is the Chargers, because they both will have good quarterbacks, and he can mold, the Chargers defense, and he can recreate the Bears defense. But let me answer the question: Ohio State or Michigan? I think I'm gonna roll with the Ohio State, only because Jim Harbaugh will not be on the sidelines for Michigan, and they've
I
gotten
think
by these past 2 games. They're not getting by the Ohio State on Saturday. That ain't happening. They do need Jim Harbaugh for that game. I think they take that first loss against them.
Now, do both teams still make the playoffs? Because only one would have one loss.
I think Bama gets
wow.
in.
Wow. So
Well,
no,
if
okay.
Bama wins this week, they play Georgia in the SEC championship game.
That would be a must win for them to get in. For
Yeah.
Alabama. Wow, that would be crazy. After all this, they still got a shot in there. But so Washington, Oregon has a loss, right? To Washington,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Washington is on the outside looking in.
But I think
Even if
Washington's going to flip flop with Florida State because of the Jordan Travis injury. That's what I think is going to happen.
yeah, you're right. So Michigan might still get up in there. Depending if Georgia beats Alabama, I think Michigan still gets in there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's why we need that expansion now. I'm tired of waiting for it, but I think we got one more year, so we'll see. Um, Cavante, you ready to bring your organization to the front of the congregation? Because it was a tough Sunday. No Ravens this week, so the spotlight was heavy on your Commanders. They lost to the New York Giants 31-19. What was it? 6 turnovers. They were fighting after Sam Howell scored a touchdown. Players getting ejected. Crazy day out in the nation's capital, or in Landover, I should say, for the Commanders. And Cravante is going to give them a proverbial belt because they deserve an ass whooping.
Yep, this definitely hurts me way more than it hurts you. I lied. No, it doesn't. What the hell was that? What the hell performance? Wait, yo, wait, all right, yo. All jokes aside, they was calling that man Danny DeVito. That brother's name is Tommy.
Oh, so
The
his name's
the
not
the,
Danny
the,
DeVito?
the, the Giants quarterback, they was calling that man Danny DeVito all week. The brother's name is Tommy. Mark. You know, Mark was out here laughing at my post and laughing at my pain, yo. I was laughing at my pain, yo. But I can't believe this guy who looked like a deer in headlights the previous week all of a sudden throws 3 touchdowns. Like, do y'all realize that the Giants, before they played the Reds, before they played the Commanders, the first time they had not scored, they have not scored a touchdown in the first half of any game. But who they scored a first half touchdown against in that first game? Yep, you got it. The Commanders. You know, before they played the Commanders the second time, the Giants had not scored not one offensive touchdown in the first quarter. But you know who they scored a first time touchdown on? I mean, a first quarter touchdown on? Yep, the Commanders. Second go round. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like they're our kryptonite at this point. I don't care who's at quarterback. We would have lost to anybody. We would have lost to Tyrod Taylor. We would have lost to Danny Dimes. It didn't. It obviously did not matter. Sack. Not how the hell? How the hell? You sacked this man 9 times and he threw 3 touchdowns and win. What the hell are we talking about right now? He had 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 9 sacks, and could not did I don't even think did he fumble at all? Like I don't even listen. The secondary trash, linebackers trash, defensive line overrated, and also trash. 9 goddamn sacks. Y'all think y'all doing something? Offense Had 1,000 turnovers yesterday. 1,000 of them. Somebody else fumbled. I swear, if somebody else fumbled this ball, you cut game. You cut right there. We handing out pink slips now. Like, how many? We had like 4 fumbles, bro. Like 4. Like, what are you talking about? Did y'all forget how to play football? Was this a Thursday night game? And I don't know about it. Trash. Team is god awful. Trash. What the hell? Losing to these. This is the second time this year we lost to the. What the hell is that for? Put the goddamn balloons away. This is not fun. Nah, but ain't love. Nah, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Ain't no love. Ain't no love right now. Ain't no balloons. We not partying. We not doing nothing that. We not doing none of that. This is the second time this year we lost to the worst team in the NFL. The second time. First time, we got our butts handed to us at home. Then we lose to our division rival twice. For the second time at home. Because at the time, the Bears were the worst team in the NFL. And now, well, I guess the Giants are first or second worst team. I guess the Panthers, depending on how you see that. But what the hell? And Ron Rivera. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Jack Del Rio, thank the heavens. They'll never show him on TV, thank the heavens. But god damn, yo, Ron Rivera, you do nothing for this team. You do nothing. There's no motivation. Who's getting these guys ready? You have nothing for this team. I don't care if we play on Thursday. I don't care if it's Thanksgiving. You are terrible at your job. You are god awful at your job. And you the leader? You and everybody underneath you, gone. Gotta go. Tired of it. Got to go. I'm impulsive. And I can't even say I'm impulsive because I've seen this enough. I guess from Josh Harris, I guess it could seem impulsive. But for me, I've been here the whole time. I've been here the whole time. You getting fired Sunday after the game? I ain't talking Monday. I'm talking Sunday evening. It had been reported Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio and 17 other staff members are gone. The interim head coach is now Eric Bieniemy moving forward. There's no way. Now you know what? Now you know what I need to happen. Turkey Day. Run it up, Cowboys. Run it up. Run it up, Cowboys. Run it up. Because then you get a whole nother week. You get a mini bye in that time period. That's when he'll be fired. That has to be. That has to be when he's going to be fired. Because I'm tired of it. I've been calling for the job since for about 3 or 4 weeks now. I lost count. But yeah, it's terrible. The Jameson Crowder bum trash kickoff. It was a punt kickoff fumble. Logan Thomas bum trash. Everybody like y'all just god awful. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Absolute shame. I'm tired of talking about it. The only good thing that came out of this is that we are now officially in the top 10 in the draft order. We are officially in the top 10. And all we need is the Bears and the Giants to win one more game, and then we'll leapfrog them. So we could possibly be in the top 5. But when this is all said and done, I could get my offensive tackle that I want. That is the only positive. But while I'm going through the bullshit, this is awful. This is awful. And it'll be nothing good until April.
Is the season over, Cavante?
Oh, yeah. It's been over. It's been over. I think the season been over. I thought silly me, silly me. I thought this would be the only game moving forward that we would win, and we lost. I don't think we win another game. I don't think we win another game. 4-13 is a great. That's a great top 5 pick area. I think that's a great. Don't win another game. Get thrashed on Thursday so I can see. So we can give Ron Rivera his walking papers along with Jack Del Rio. That's what I want to see. Cowboys run that thing up. It's y'all day. Run it up
Run it up.
and find your own way home. That's how I feel about it.
Well,
That's what I think.
speaking of one coach Cravante once fired, another one that the Ravens are playing this week. The Chargers are hosting the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Brandon Staley getting into it with reporters. And Raj, guess who has a chance to end their misery on Sunday night in front of the world? The
The
Baltimore
Baltimore
Ravens.
Ravens.
Do it. Do it.
Yes, yes. Brandon Staley is a goofball. We all know this. I'm not shocked that he went up there after that loss to Green Bay, which he shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have lost that game. Period. They made a lot of mistakes, but he's a dead coach walking right now. We all know this. Um, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day because the Ravens will be fighting. You know, to maintain that first place lead in all of the AFC since looks like the Chiefs are about to take a L right now. Um, but yes, Brandon Staley's is not a good head coach. We all know this. He makes a lot of mistakes. The Ravens have a golden opportunity to go up there and beat the living hell out of the Chargers. Um, we shall see what happens, though, man. I expect Lamar, to utilize his wide receivers around him, especially since Mark Andrews will be gone for the foreseeable future. We got good news today, though, because he might be back, hopefully, for the playoffs. Maybe we shall see, but it's not confirmed yet, so we won't know just yet. But it's positive news regardless because we thought the injury was much worse than what it initially was on Thursday. Um, but yeah, we'll definitely get to see more Odell if he plays because he hurt his shoulder. But we also get to see more of Likely and Charlie Kolar, who will step in for Andrews for the time being. But I expect a good grind out game. I expect the Ravens to go in there and handle their business. They'll have a nice bye week coming up after the Chargers game, to get more rest. But I think this is a perfect time because the last 2 seasons, this is around the time where Lamar Jackson, found his way to get hurt around the week 12, week 13 type of, schedule. So good timing by Harbaugh. Good timing by Harbaugh. Get past this Chargers game, get some good rest. Then we have to go against the real tough teams. Besides the Rams, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and Steelers, and the 49ers. We got to play those teams. So, you know, good time. And we play the Chargers, play them hard. I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to lose because this is what they've been doing this whole entire year is finding ways to lose games. So I expect nothing different this Sunday against them.
Well, speaking of that Super Bowl rematch, Rod, a nice segue as it just went final as the Eagles moved to 9-1, defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 21-17, and a crucial drop by Marquez Valdez Stanley. The Chiefs have 29 drops, the most in the National Football League, Raj.
I thought it
The
would.
Tribal Chief
I thought
was defeated tonight.
I thought it would have been the Baltimore Ravens after that damn Steelers game, but it's neither here nor there. But I'm not surprised. I've been watching this game tonight, and both teams were, turning over the football at the wrong time. But yeah, I seen the play where Scantlin missed a wide open touchdown throw by Patrick Mahomes. So I'm pretty sure they'll say that it wasn't Patrick Mahomes' fault why they lost. It was those receivers that he doesn't have. They'll make excuses for him, whatever. they'll pat him on the back and say he's still the greatest and all this other nonsense. The opposite of what they do to Lamar Jackson. But that's neither here nor there. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for going in there. Even though they didn't play their best game today, and they never seem to play their best game for some odd reason, they still find ways. They never seem to play their best ever.
And
This
then
thing, this whole entire
that's
season, they've
that's
been
terrible.
winning by the skin of their teeth. And today was no different. They found a way to get it done against the defending champions. Then they went in there and got the victory. So I'm pretty sure they'll be number one on everybody's list. But they still seem like they're a really, really beatable team. But yeah, man, this just shows that the Chiefs are a little bit vulnerable. They can be beaten if you put the pressure on them, and they don't have the weapons like they had in the past. So good game overall. Good Monday night game. We haven't seen a good Monday night game in a while, and I'm glad they had this one on. So we shall see what going forward what happens with the Chiefs. I think their schedule gets a little easier, so I think they'll benefit from that. But yeah, man, we see that they're still a little bit human because everybody thinks they're unbeatable, but they can be beat.
Travis Kelsey only 7 catches for 44 yards, Raj, and like you said, man, outside of Kelsey and Pacheco, they don't really have many weapons. But we'll see what happens, man. Cavante, rare to see the Chiefs lose at home, especially in prime time.
Damn, yeah, this is really, really, really rare. And the Chiefs came off a bye too. So Andy Reid off a bye took a L. This is crazy. But um Goliath looks vulnerable. Well, I mean, we saw them lose to the Lions in week one. Now, granted, they didn't have Travis Kelsey, but we saw in week one a glimpse of what we saw in week one. We saw tonight in all these drops. Patrick Mahomes does not have the weapons he once had, and mainly on the outsides because Travis Kelsey is technically a tight end. He don't have no dogs. He don't have any dogs on the outside. None, none whatsoever. And I guarantee you, if the Chiefs lose in the playoffs, it'll be this very reason why. Somebody's gonna have a crucial drop or two, or they may be amongst them all where in crucial situations the wide receivers are gonna let Patrick Mahomes down. Because even though you're right, Lamar Jackson does not get this benefit at all. But nonetheless, it's true. Patrick Mahomes is not the reason why the Chiefs lose when they do lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much these lackluster receivers. And we're talking what's this, week 11? We about to go
Mm-hmm.
into, y'all ain't got better? What the hell is going on? I understand. All right, week one, shit happens. Week one, we it happens something crazy happens in week one. Week 11, y'all still dropping passes? What is up? Like, y'all might need some walking papers too, because the guys y'all have at the position is not cutting it at all. And I know this has to be very frustrating from two-time Super Bowl champ and MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, because I'm sure he expects a lot better than what he's getting. And I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do moving forward, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, I still believe in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, boy. But they are very beatable. Well, I mean, everybody is. There's nobody that's pulled away from the pack. Everybody is still very much right, because right after the 49ers went 5-0, they lost 3 straight and then came into a bye. So what we thought it was going to be the 49ers early is not. So, I mean, the Ravens here and there lose goofy games. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's pulled away. Even those great
And they
teams
lose
that,
another one.
right. And the Eagles, like Rod said, the Eagles have not looked great, overall. Like, their record looks great. Like, they kind of look like, not to say that they're fraudulent, but they kind of look like the Vikings did last year. like winning all of those close games. But it's like, y'all don't look that good. The Eagles do not look as good as they did last year. And I said this before, losing both of their coordinators, this was going to happen. But shout out to Nick Sirianni finding ways to win. 9-1 is 9-1 at the end of the day. So, but everybody looks beatable, including the Chiefs.
Well, plug cat. We do only have 3 losses. This is a fact. But you got to see it, man. It's how we got those 3 losses, man. We kind of haven't pulled away. You take away those that Steelers, that Colts, and them Browns losses, and you put them in the wins. I would agree with you, but we're still right along with the Chiefs right now. As there's no team in the AFC that's actually pulled away. So I mean,
I'm
everybody's in that same
but I
pool.
pulled away. I'm not talking about record. I'm talking about the eye test.
No, I'm talking
There's
about I'm
I,
talking about
that
plug cat.
no. That's what I'm responding to. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm not talking about wins and losses, just wins and losses. I'm talking about dominating in and out. The Ravens give up leads like it's going out of style. That's not dominating. That's not pulling away. That's what I mean. Like how the Chiefs did previous, how the Chiefs and the Eagles looked last year. That's dominating. You know what I'm saying? But nah, this no, like I said, nobody's pulled away from the pack. There are teams that look good, but there's nobody that's pulled away.
Appreciate you, Plug Cat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's no dominant team, like you said, Cravante. And to that point about the Vikings or whomever wins all these close games, your luck runs out eventually. And a lot of times it's in the playoffs, unfortunately. And it could be for the Eagles. So we'll see. We shall see. But make sure you guys vote on that poll. Meant to mention it earlier. Vote on your favorite Thanksgiving dish. I only could put 4 options, guys. So don't crucify me. Just put the first 4 that came to my mind. Having a little fun with the poll, but make sure you guys sound off in that comment section. Let me know what I forgot, if anything, and vote on that poll. Hit that like button as well. Let's go through the week that was before we get to this game ball, not so game ball. But and I want to get you guys' mid-season MVP or standout performer team, anything that kind of went through, even though we're hitting into week 12. Um, this week on Thursday, we saw the Ravens with Joe Burrow getting hurt after throwing a touchdown, ironically, beat the Bengals 34-20. We saw the Browns beat the Steelers 13-10 in a dogfight, no pun intended. Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud went at it. The Texans overcome his 3 interceptions, still find a way to win 21-16, and would be in the playoffs if they started today. Jaguars dominate the Titans. Trevor Lawrence having his best game of his career. 2 touchdowns through the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground. First Jaguars player to ever do it. What a weekend for the Khan family, Raj, with full gear and the Jaguars. Dolphins edge out the Raiders 20-13. And my oh my, how soon we forget how good Jalen Ramsey is when he's healthy. Definitely one of the best corners in the league. And like you said, Raj, the Ravens have to play those boys coming up in December. We got the Cowboys. We saw our boy Rashawn out there as well in Charlotte. Dominate the Panthers 33-10 as they keep rolling into that matchup on Thursday with Cavante's Commanders. Jared Goff with 3 picks. Justin Fields played a hell of a game, but the Lions 8-2. They're getting it together. Beat the Bears 31-26. Like Raj mentioned, the Chargers charged it yet again. Drop passes, miscues, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston. Packers beat the Chargers 23-20, and it was a game of love. We know Raj loves that. Giants beat the Commanders 31-19. 49ers back on track, Cravante. Beat the Buccaneers 27-14. Bills dismantle, annihilate Q's Jets 32-6. Zach Wilson, he gone. He got benched. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. Rams beat the Seahawks 17-16. Geno Smith got hurt as well. Cooper Cup got hurt. A lot of injuries in this game. So the Ravens will be catching the Rams at the right time, possibly with the injuries. And also for the Chargers, I think Joey Bosa's hurt. So he probably won't play this week
He's on
also.
IR.
So isn't he always? Anyway, Broncos edge out the Vikings. Told you, Cravante, I had the Broncos winning, man. I just had a feeling
That's
21-20. And don't look now. They won 5 in a row, and they are in the playoff race. And they play the Browns this week. We'll get to the picks, but they host the Browns this week, Raj and Cravante. Um, Here are no scores before we get to the midseason awards and storylines. Raj, I'm gonna start with you, man. Not a great week of games. I thought it was kind of mid. I was fine with the Ravens winning. I was good with the rest of the weekend, but it's always good to see the Steelers lose and a couple of other nail biters.
Yeah, man. I pretty much watched some good football this weekend. I wasn't, hyper, stressed out, thank God, like Avante was watching the Commanders, but I was able to watch a little bit of Kyler Murray. He was doing his thing until the other team came back and beat him. But yeah, the Steelers and Browns game, that was a knockout, dragged out, super close 1990s type of game where both teams can't really score. Defenses is taking over. The last team with the ball has hits the field goal to win. I mean, it is what it is. But also Denver, playing against the Vikings, I thought that was a good game. Um, Russell and them couldn't, score a touchdown to the end of the game yet again. But the Broncos are definitely a team that is very interesting. Uh, at first, it looked like they were about to get the number one pick in the draft. And Russell, I stated before on this show that I thought Russell Wilson was finished. I thought he was done. I thought he was cooked. But yet again, he's rising from the ashes, and he's finding his way throughout this Broncos offense. So I got to give him tremendous credit for that because I slandered the brother because I thought he was finished. So he's not done just yet. The team is look like they're on the right path. They could beat the Cleveland Browns this weekend. Both defenses are playing out of their minds, especially Cleveland's. So it should be a wild game coming up. Uh, Also, to highlight, of course, we already said the Chargers and Green Bay. Um, Green Bay, I I thought they was going to straight up lose, but the Charger, they find ways to lose. And I did see Joey Bosa going down. He was in tears as he was being carted off. But injuries suck. Um, the weekend of football was it was like I said, it was cool because I didn't have to stress about it, and I didn't go anywhere either. That's another thing. Went nowhere, so I was able to watch that Red Zone channel and pretty much laid back. But like I said before, the Denver is definitely a team to watch out for because they're making a run for it, and they do have all the subsequent weapons that that they should have to make a run for it. But we'll see what Sean Payton and them do. They're very interesting to me.
And real quick, we saw the Eagles beat the Chiefs 21-17. As I just mentioned, Jalen Hurts, 13 winning streak against teams 500 or better.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good damn that's a damn good stat. The brother finds ways to win and keep his team more than afloat. Damn near in charge, dare I say. Um because winning one score games, that's kind of the name of the game in the NFL, man. Because especially as we get later in the years and definitely get into the playoffs, these are the best of the best. So these games are going to be pretty tight. And making a few plays here and there, and also getting a little lucky helps as well. Um, Let me see. I just been doing this, man, since my boy CJ since my boy CJ out there killing them. My gosh, CJ Stroud, when we do our midseason right now, and at the end of the year, he's rookie of the year. I think that goes without saying. Um, that game was good. They were down. He did not have his best game. I think he threw 3 interceptions. Byron,
Yep.
and usually he's not one to throw. Like I think he's thrown like 4 or 5 total, and he do 3 just this last game. But found a way to win. Man, he threw a dime 40 yards from 40 yards. I mean, Kyler Murray threw a really nice pass too for about 40 so yards or so to Rondell Moore. But CJ Stroud, my gosh, the brother looks really, really, really good. I was happy to see that. I'm also happy to see the Charger, even though Byron, my gosh, I really, really, really should have went my gut and picked the Packers and the Giants. That's what I should have done because something in my gut told me like I think the Chargers are going to find a way to f this up, and they did.
You
And
did
you
say it.
guys, and you guys said Brandon Staley got into it with the press
Yes.
with the yeah.
Yeah, basically they were saying, why isn't your defense any good and you're a defensive guy and what's going on and yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't say because I suck, which would have been the proper answer. But yeah, he's got Ravens go ahead, go west and go ahead get the boys up out the way. Put a hurting on them. So and y'all basically stamping his pink slip, and at least he ain't got to find his own way home because he's already there. Um, what else? The Jaguars finally got back on track. That was amazing to see because I was questioning Trevor Lawrence last week. Like he was supposed to be this great generational talent, and he has not proven it on a consistent basis. So this was a
He said,
great
hold
get
my
back.
crown, Cravante. He said, hold
That
my
again.
shot of crown. He said, hold my shot of crown. Let me show you something.
Come on now. Right. That's just said, like he probably did his head just like this. Like I'm about to get him. um it was one more. Um gosh, it was another game that I just had in my mind. But anyway, Bills.
Oh yeah,
This
Bills.
this is what the doctor ordered for the Bills after them playing like garbage the previous week and being on a up and down roller coaster. The Jets the Jets them playing the Jets was perfect time, perfect get right game. So yeah. The Sunday night game would honestly end up being a better game than I thought it would be. Mister Aerospace Engineer at quarterback for the Vikings, still keeping them relevant, but somehow we have to give Sean Payton a little credit here because after that 70-point trouncing that the Dolphins gave him, they have not looked bad. They got on a little winning streak, and now all of a sudden they're in the playoff picture. After hell, I thought like you smashed them, Raj. I know I did too.
Yeah.
I'm they gonna be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, and lo and behold, not this year. So it's it's good to see. It's good to see that they're somewhat turning around, and the Walmart family is probably looking at this investment a little differently now. Like it's not looking like a total waste right now. So I guess we just need to give Sean Payton a little time to sink his teeth into this offense and Russell Wilson. Even though they don't look great, finding ways to win, and in the NFL, pretty much that's the name of the game. And of course, the Giants and the Commanders, like that was a terrible game from the beginning. I had to walk away a couple times. I had a homeboy that was at the game, and I'm like, why you do this to yourself? Why? But he had free tickets, so he was like, all right, it's cool. Because believe it or not, he's a Ravens fan, but his man was giving away tickets, and the Ravens play on Thursday already. So he's like, I'll take the trip. I was like, brother, don't waste your time. I tried to tell him, even if it was free tickets, don't waste your time. And sure enough, he wasted his time. But he did get good footage of that fight um, with Curtis Samuel, and one of the DBs got kicked out. So that's cool, I guess.
Let's get to the midseason awards. And Cravante, I sent something in the group chat that may be a low level goofy. I don't know if you want to touch on it tonight, but you can check it when you get a chance. A parent Chiefs super fan out here committing bank robberies. Nonetheless, Raj, how you feeling so far with these midseason awards or team storylines or anybody that's underwhelmed you, possibly as well?
Well, be honest with you, I picked the Jets to win the AFC East, so they have been completely underwhelming. And it's not because they're the Jets; it's just they have super bad luck. They're awful as far as the way they approach this situation with Aaron Rodgers. And I don't like the fact that they're trying to get Aaron to come back at the end of the year to play. But I think, to be honest with you, I think he will. That's neither here nor there. They're not going to make the playoffs. The Ravens are right where I thought they were going to be. They're right. They're right at 8-3. They're doing well. I expected them to be in this type of situation. But we already know what comes along with this record. We have to make sure that everybody, especially Lamar Jackson, stays healthy for the rest of the season. So they're right on track. The Giants took a dip back from last year, so they're awful as well. Chiefs and Eagles are still up at the top, so that's not a surprise. Um, the Browns are surprising a little bit because they're pretty much in a playoff race, so that's good for them. Steelers are surprising as well because they suck on offense, but they're right up there as well, so they're doing extremely well in the playoff race. But I think everything else is right where I expected it to be. So the midseason awards, you know, it's only the midseason. It only goes up from here. But everybody, except for the teams I mentioned, are right where they need to be.
Is Lamar Jackson the midseason MVP, or do you have an MVP right now? Looks like it's wide open. Most wide open race I've seen in a while.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't put Lamar Jackson in MVP, at midseason MVP, only because not because of his play, but because he doesn't have the subsequent numbers of all the gaudy stats that the other, candidates have, like a CJ Stroud. Um, but I don't really care. Be honest with you, I don't really care about the numbers. It's not about the numbers, it's about the wins. And as long as he's doing that for this team, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. But if I had to go with a mid-season MVP, I have to go with Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, they have the best record in all of the NFL. They're very consistent. Yes, they don't blow out teams. They don't always live up to, their record, but still they only lost to one team, and that's the New York Jets, which they shouldn't have lost to. But other than that, man, they completed every task, and he's done everything that an MVP does. So right now, he's the front runner, if I have to say, for my MVP midseason award.
Dre, get back with us, brother. Let's get your thoughts on the Ravens headed to the West to play the Chargers to end them possibly and get Brandon Staley up out of there. You got the Chiefs losing to the Eagles, which you predicted correctly yet again, my brother. Congrats to you. And this midseason awards,
Hey,
man. MVP, any big storyline.
hey, thank you for that. How I like tonight's game, I just viewed that the Eagles were a little more hungrier, being that if they were off the Super Bowl loss, and I just figured that, they kind of wanted it more. The Chiefs just haven't really looked quite like the Chiefs.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait a
they're
minute,
still the
wait a minute,
best.
hold up. I picked the Eagles too, Byron. It's not.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Yeah,
did. I
Yeah,
gotta give you your
yeah,
credit. Yeah, yes, you
yeah.
did, Raj.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. I just
man.
know
I just
for
wanted to
Dre,
say
you
that.
know, he's
Hey,
a
man,
he's like a
interrupted
secondary
the
Eagles fan.
soliloquy, man. the
Yeah.
I figured that the Chiefs just don't look like the same Chiefs. And I'm saying that because it's the opposite, that their defense looks really good, but offensively they just don't look the same. And you can just see that it hurts at times. Like even today, Travis Kelsey had a bad game, but uh, it affected the rest of the team because who else on offense can really step up? I mean, right now Patrick Mahomes is dealing with the same problems that Lamar Jackson has dealt with over the past couple years, that Tom Brady has dealt with prior. It's just that I think Tom Brady may have been the best person ever to really work with nothing and make it something. For years, the Deion Branches of the world and other receivers that we really don't really remember, but somehow Tom Brady kept throwing to these guys and making it work. Right now, Patrick Mahomes, if Travis Kelsey has a bad game, you see that it just doesn't work, or if Travis Kelsey just isn't there. Um, Offensively, he can throw the football all he wants to, but if you're not catching it, it ain't worth a damn. So that's why I rolled with the Philadelphia Eagles on this, and that win from the Eagles actually helps because the Chiefs losing now, you see Baltimore right up there. I think everybody's pretty much tied now. I think the Ravens and the Chiefs right now are tied in the standings, and everybody else is probably like about a game back. So the AFC, like you said, is kind of really still wide open and open for grabs. So it'll be interesting to see with this final quarter of the season who where everybody is seated. I mean, we thought that the Denver Broncos, were going to be a dead dog team, and they're clicking right now, and they're clicking at the right time. So it's really it's really an unknown. And it also, like, again, it sucks that with these injuries, we don't know what could have happened with the Bengals or the Browns. And then the Steelers, miraculously, because their defense, they're just always in games. I know that I was a Kenny Pickett fan, and I don't know if it's really Kenny Pickett himself or it's just a combo of both Kenny Pickett and the offensive coordinator. But the Steelers are going to draft high because they have a winning record. So, and they got Kenny Pickett with the 21st pick a couple years ago. So, even in the draft now, if they were to draft, they wouldn't really get a Caleb Williams or somebody of that nature to come in there for Pittsburgh. So they're kind of like in a stuck position, and we know that they're not going to sit up there and try to draft high or well trade and move up. So they're kind of stuck right now. So it might be the Ravens, and if the Ravens can get home field, I think that would really help the Ravens with that push. But of course, Kansas City is going to push for home field because nobody wants to go to Arrowhead. But I also don't think nobody wants to come to Baltimore and play either.
And real quick, Ravens, Chargers, man. The Ravens got to get them boys up out of here, right?
Um, I mean, I know their head coach is talking all this tough talk with his chest poked out. Um, you picked the wrong time to change though. Baltimore about to come there and do that thing over there, man. It's a bye week coming up. Justin Herbert's a good quarterback, but they just so the Chargers are in a just weird position because they have the talent, but they just don't have the leader of men over there to galvanize the troops. So they can do all that huffing and puffing all they want to, but the big bad wolf about to come to town and blow all that shit down.
Um, did you have a midseason MVP, Dre?
Yeah, I mean, when Raj, I heard that's why I gave Raj the thumbs down because I have to disagree with him. Jalen Hurts may have the best record, but I still got to go with Lamar Jackson, man. I know he doesn't have the gaudy numbers, but I don't think Jalen Hurts really has the numbers either. I think if there's one person who does probably have the numbers is CJ Stroud, but they're not going to give it to a rookie. That's the only thing. And honestly speaking, the only way to me CJ Stroud may get the MVP is um
They
if he
got to win.
takes his team to the playoffs.
They
If
have to.
if it's
Fuck, if we get the player, they got to win the division for him to get MVP.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think that that's the only way to really get it because, like you said, he has to get in the playoffs, and to me, that the only way to get in the playoffs is if they win the division. Uh, this game against Jacksonville, that's going to be very telling for the season. I'm not saying it's not impossible, and I wouldn't be mad if a rookie did get it, but I just don't see it. I would give it right now. I think Lamar, being that the AFC is a little tougher road than the NFC right now. But I'm not, and I don't think it's a real clear cut favorite though, because I can understand why it would be. You can why you would give the nod to. Um, I mean, even on defense, at one time we were talking about Michael Parsons. We could talk about Miles Garrett, the work that he's doing. Um, we could talk about uh, the from the Dolphins. Why is his name not coming up to me?
Jalen
But
Ramsey,
their wide receiver,
Tariq
uh,
Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Tariq Hill. He could get it if he gets his 2,000 yards. So it's a lot of names that could be thrown out there as far as the MVP. I don't think it's not like in years past when we've had a clear cut MVP. I think this is one of those years where it's like you're not mad at whoever does get it. But for me, it would be right now. Um, it would be Lamar Jackson.
Go ahead, Cravante. Your thoughts on the midseason possible MVP or any big storylines?
Um, like I said before, CJ Stroud is the rookie of the year midseason, and he's probably going to be rookie of the year when it's all said and done because looks like the he looks like the prototypical quarterback, and he's playing like a grown up right now. He's playing like a leader of men, and the locker room really follows him, man. And he doesn't make many mistakes. This was the only game, Byron, if I'm not mistaken, this previous game was the only game where he had multiple interceptions, I believe. So he does a pretty damn good job of taking care of the ball at such a young age. Um, at such a young age in his actual age, but also he years in playing as a professional because this is a rookie year, and he's doing a really good job of taking care of the football, and he damn near has free range to throw the football. He's number two behind, believe it or not, Byron, Sam Howell, and leading the league in passing yards. So C.J. Stroud pretty much leads the AFC in passing yards, and we already talked about how great the quarterback class is in the AFC, and a guy who was playing at the Ohio State last year is has thrown for more yards than anybody in the AFC, which is pretty commendable. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that he's the MVP, but he deserves some consideration towards the end of the year. Um, I think the only way he, I think the only way he comes away with this MVP is that they have to win the division. Like I don't even care if they slide into the playoffs; they have to win the division and take it from the Jaguars, which they will have an opportunity to do so. But the deck is kind of stacked against them for that to happen. But nonetheless, he's having a phenomenal year. Um, Mid season is pretty much it's between three guys right now. The first two is the one that Dre and Rod said. I think between Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Tyreek Hill. I think this would be a great opportunity for a non-quarterback to actually win the award because there's nobody that's taken off, or how I said before, or like I was saying earlier, there's no team that's pulling away. I don't think, like kind of similar to what Dre said, there's there's a couple guys that's up for consideration. Like a case could be made for Jalen Hurts, a case could be made for Lamar Jackson, and I think a case could be made for Tyreek Hill. Um, like I was saying, Dre, while he was gone, I was saying that you know, this would be a great year for a non-quarterback to get
Mhm.
it because there's nobody that's really dominating at the quarterback position. Because I just told you the top two guys in passing yards is Sam Howell and C.J. Stroud.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts are nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? So just talk about the numbers, but Tyree Hill has like 1,200 yards receiving right now and like 9 touchdowns. So, since you guys said the other two, I'm gonna roll with Tyreek Hill. Hopefully, he's not hurt, and he's not hurt like extensively. So he can continue having these great numbers, and he can possibly um get the 2,000 receiving,
Mhm.
possibly possibly 15 touchdowns. You know, and he can win in a year where there's no quarterback that's head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yeah, I think it was what, maybe 2014, 2015, the last time we had a non-quarterback win when it was Adrian Peterson that year and they
Yep.
damn near wanted to give it to Peyton Manning, but if he didn't have those over 2,000 yards, Adrian Peterson wasn't going to win the award that year either. So I think you're right. It would be really great for it would be great for the sport. Just like in the NBA that for years there was always a guard who was winning MVP, and then well, I'm outside of LeBron, but for a while it was kind of a couple guards who were standing out as MVP. And then now you've had the centers, you've had the era of the big man is coming back, being that it's been Embiid or Joker. So I think that, and I think it's good for the sport when you just can get a variety or different people at different positions winning it. It shouldn't be just because they're the quarterback that they have to necessarily win the award. No, it's what it is. The most valuable player in the sport. And right now, like you said, you can make a case for any of those guys, but I would really, like you said, hope that would be somebody that's a non-quarterback, just to take a break from it being the same old, same old.
Well, Dre, since you're on the screen, brother, let's get your game ball and not so game ball, my guy.
Oh, Byron, yeah, we didn't really talk about this, and we're talking about mid-season. Hey, man, I think Dan Campbell deserves Coach of the Year.
Oh,
um,
for
for
sure.
mid-season award, Coach Dan Campbell. Like 8-2 right now. They really only wet the bed one time, and everybody's allowed one. And they took a trip down Baltimore, and I don't think they was ready. They wasn't ready. They wasn't fully prepared for that matchup. And the Ravens put the smack down,
Hey, there you go.
put
He said,
put smack down on the Lions and sent them back to Detroit, thinking having a thought or two about themselves. But 8-2 right now. The offense looking great. Ben Johnson is going to be a coaching candidate
oh, for
next year.
sure.
Would not mind having him in DC, but we'll see what Josh Harrison and them do. Um, but yeah, definitely, I think Dan Campbell deserves some. If we're doing midseason for Coach of the Year, I think it should be Dan Campbell.
Go ahead,
Hey, I
King.
see the comments, fellas. Don't feel bad. I mean, look, I just got a win recently uh in fantasy, and me and Byron in the same league, man. Brother been struggling this year, so don't feel bad. Everybody's struggling in fantasy. Only thing I'm not struggling with it's the picks. So, I'm gonna do like my brother Cravante, um, start low and aim high. If I'm gonna go with my not so game ball, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Um, just to keep losing these close football games. Um, and they have the most in the National Football League by 3 or fewer points. Um, their head coach is a defensive head coach, but can't get the defense right. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to poke his chest out and get mad at the media, throwing temper tantrums, saying that the defense has to be by me. And I'm like, come on, man, you lost the locker room. You're about to lose your job, and I don't want you don't want anybody to lose it, but you just see that this Chargers team um, hasn't been right. And honestly speaking, he probably should have lost his job last year after that
Yeah,
27-point debacle. Uh, I know it was Fabio out there throwing the football, but you just can't lose by if you're up by 27. And I believe they were. I don't remember if they were home or not. If they were home, it's even worse. But the fact that they just lost that football game after dominating the first half and losing in the second half is just unexcusable. And then my game ball, we just talked about them. The Detroit Lions. Um, Jared Goff threw 3 interceptions, and they still won the damn divisional game against a Justin Fields team that's looking much better than what they were prior. But you still just don't see that often. Sometimes after a quarterback throws 1 interception, that's the football game. But let alone he threw three interceptions, came back. It shows you that this team, as they said, has grit. This team, from the head coach to the defense, everybody, they just seem like they believe, they feel like this is their year, and it has been a coming out year. There's still possible for Detroit to get the number one seed. They're only a game behind Philadelphia as well, so it's not like anybody in all of football is blowing somebody out where the leads are that enormous. All the leads have been everybody's like about a game away. So hats off to the Detroit Lions for what they're doing thus far, and we'll see what the future holds for them.
Go ahead, Raj.
My
Uh,
man Daryl, what's good, baby? Thank you for checking us out, man.
what's going on, Daryl? I've been talking to him in the chat for Good. But my game ball goes to the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Um, Tough. It was going to be a tough game on Thursday, only because we beat the Cincinnati Bengals in week 2 of the season. So I know Joe Burrow got hurt during the game, but it's still hard to sweep a team. So shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Shout out for Lamar Jackson making that adjustment when Mark Andrews went down and finding his other weapons besides him. So you get my game ball for being good, for being the best team under the some of the worst circumstances when it comes to injury, but they got the job done. Oh, and Mr. Pratt, stop making excuses, man. You took a L. You didn't make that excuse that you made last year when you were playing Tyler Huntley. And if anybody's trying to figure it out, he talked about not having Joe Burrow out there playing. That's the reason why they lost. That's some BS. But either way, the Ravens got it done to get my game ball of the week. My not so game ball goes to the New York Jets and their dwindling offense and garbage quarterback that Zach Wilson is. I don't really feel bad for them because they're the New York Jets, but they had a lot of steam coming into the season. Everybody thought this would be different. Everybody thought Aaron Rodgers would be out there, to lead the charge. But he's been hurt since week 1, and Zach Wilson is the same ridiculous quarterback that he's always been. His coach is a deer in headlights. He's a goofball, and the fan base is fed up, and they're going to continue to be fed up for years to come with this organization and franchise. They are an embarrassment. They are disgusting. They are complete and utter garbage. But we shall see if Aaron Rodgers comes back next year or the end of this year. But yeah, they get my not so game ball. I don't think I gave it to him this whole time, but after watching yesterday's performance, they're awful, man. They had no fight after the second quarter, no fight at all. So they definitely get this game, but this not so game ball for being garbage and being the New York Jets of old.
Start low and high, Cravante, baby.
You can't get no love in the Commanders right now. You just all the way around. Like, I mean, on the field, off the field, in the locker room, outside the locker room, in the parking lot. Um, it's all bad. It's all been in the DC DG area right now for the team. Um, and that's why I'm looking so far into the future because I'm the only one that's probably happy right now because I'm thinking about the draft. We're moving in. We're moving into like a top 7-ish range, and if the Giants and the Bears win another game, we'll leapfrog them to possibly a top 5 pick. So I'm cool with it, but I'm gonna talk trash along the way. Commanders are very, very, very bad. Um, Game ball. Shout out to Brock Purdy. Coming back with a vengeance. I believe he had a perfect passer rating as the 49ers went on to roll. I don't know who did the 49ers play?
Buccaneers.
It didn't
Mm.
even matter.
I don't think it would have mattered. I think they would have beat almost anybody. Coming off because I think they just came off that bye if I'm not mistaken. So glad to see that they're getting back on track, and lo and behold, they got 2 wild pass rushers, arguably the best linebacker in all of football, and yeah, they look good all over the place. But I believe they did have a safety that just tore his ACL, so that's not fun. But 49ers are and Brock Purdy looking like they're getting back on track.
Real quick to the AFC point, fellas. If the playoffs started today, which they don't, Ravens would be the 1, Chiefs would be the 2, Jaguars the 3, Dolphins the 4, Browns and Texans 5 and 6, and
Woo!
those pesky cockroach Steelers still at 7, Dre. So
Dang.
The Steelers still might somehow make it in just because they are cockroaches and they don't die no matter what you do. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh, I was saying one. I said one of them, one of the three is going to make it, and I would give the nod to Pittsburgh. Cleveland has the defense as well, but I just right now out of all the lasting quarterbacks, I'm gonna give it to Kenny P. He seems like over the other ones.
And the Bills and Broncos on the outside looking and lurking. So the next couple of weeks will be very, very important. Let's get to those picks. Dre, you got the picks for the week?
No, well, I'm sorry, I do have the the picks for this past week. Everybody went 9-4 except Unk. He went 8-5. Um, the standings are I'm in first place, Cravante's in second place. Unk and Byron, y'all both tied for third.
Nice. It was close. Well, but Andre, shut up.
Well, let's get to these week 12 games real quick. Thanksgiving, they give you a helping of NFL games. 3 Packers at Lions starting at noon. The first time since the 1960s, Dre, found this that the Lions are 8-2 or better on Thanksgiving because they play every year.
I'm going with
That's a
the.
damn shame. Even the Matt Stafford era, they didn't do this good. That's a damn
So
shame.
They,
fun,
Right.
they,
so fun fact. The last time the Lions was 8-2, JFK was president.
Damn.
There you go.
And my Kevin Hart. Damn.
Damn. And also, Raj, fun fact, Walmart first opened.
Damn, really? It's been around that long?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Walmart first opened their first Walmart
Oh
when
wow,
the Lions were last 8-2.
I did not know that either.
that's definitely a fun fact that I would have guessed. But I'm rolling with the Lions.
I think everybody's rolling with the Lions.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct. Commanders and Cowboys, Cavante. I mean, come on.
Everybody's rolling with the Cowboys.
Commanders.
Seahawks, 49ers. Geno
Everybody's
Smith.
rolling
San
with
Fran.
the 49ers.
Okay, all right.
You can keep it moving.
Maybe
Sweet
the
this
easiest,
It's
Thursday.
easy.
the
Sweet
easiest
Turkey
Thanksgiving.
Day. All right, who we got next?
Okay, yeah. Dolphins Jets play on
Yeah.
Black Friday. First ever Black Friday.
Everybody's rolling with the Dolphins.
Thank you, Rod. This is
Damn
an
it.
easy week. Steelers Bengals.
Now this is a tough one.
Ah, okay.
This is a tough one.
Why?
But I'm gonna roll with the Steelers. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers. I
Who's the
hope I'm
Bengals?
wrong though.
It's in Cincinnati.
Who's the
Jake
Bengals?
Browning, former Washington quarterback. Jake Browning.
The guy we played Thursday.
Just give me the Steelers. I don't want to, but
I'll take
Yeah, I
it.
guess.
Everybody should roll with the Steelers. Damn.
Jaguars
Yeah.
Texans 1:00.
Ooh.
Can this be the Monday? Can this
God
be the Monday night game? Can this be the Monday night
I'm
game?
rolling with the
It's a Monday
Texans.
night game.
I'm rolling with the Texans, man.
Damn, yo, I want to roll. I'm rolling I'm rolling with my boy too. I'm rolling with my boy too.
Rolling with CJ and them boys.
All right. So
Give
everybody
me the
rolling with
Jaguars.
the Texans.
Jaguars.
I was about to say, yeah, that I was getting ready to say too, Byron. I'm rolling with the Jaguars too. I want to say the Texans, but I just feel like and it's at home too. I think that Jacksonville will be just better prepared this time.
Wait. How is this their first time playing? Have they
No,
played
this is
already?
the second
Houston
time.
beat them.
That's why I said that this
Oh,
is
Houston beat them?
It's
Oh.
a crucial division. Yeah, it's a crucial division game.
Jaguars now.
No, never mind. I switched mine too. I went with
I
the
they're not gonna sweep them. They're not gonna sweep them.
Yeah, I thought that was their first time playing. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Jaguars. Switch my pick.
Yeah,
Switch my
They
Jaguars.
played week 3. Texans beat them 37-17, so they whooped them.
Oh
Yeah.
God, get back.
That
It's
ain't that ain't happening again. Oh no.
Buccaneers Colts.
Buccaneers Colts. I'm
I
gonna
don't
roll
know.
with the Colts. I'm gonna roll with the Colts.
It's in Indy, so
Saints
it's in
Falcons.
Indy, so
I'm going with the Colts.
Who's the Colts quarterback? Minshew still?
Yeah, Minshew. He's gonna be the quarterback for the rest of the season.
I'm gonna go with shoot. I'm gonna go with the Bucks, yo.
all right.
Saints
Cavante's
Falcons.
on with the Bucks. Anybody else?
Colts.
No.
All right, everybody else Colts.
Yeah. Saints Falcons, guys.
I'm going with the Saints.
Uh,
Gosh. Where's that?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
oh, and Ritter's going to be the quarterback again.
Going with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Yeah, same. Yeah, there was a report that said today that Ritter will be back as the
Yeah,
quarterback.
give me the Saints. Falcons
I'll
going
take.
to Falcon. Patriots, Giants. This is ugly.
Come on, Giants. Come on, Giants. I need y'all to win this game, baby.
I'm going with the Giants. I think they
I
beat the Patriots.
Give me the Patriots. Just give me the Patriots. I don't know why. Just give me the Patriots. You know the Giants about to let you down after they beat the Commanders. Of course, they're going to
Probably
lose to
will.
the Patriots.
You said you go with the Giants, Byron?
Patriots. They're going with the Giants.
Oh,
I'm going
Patriots.
Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Old Bill Belichick got one more in him. At least one more win.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants.
Me too.
Oh, well, New England is this against the Giants. So everybody
Right.
with the Giants.
I'm going with the Giants.
Okay.
I'm going Patriots, Dre.
All right, me and you with the Pats.
Panthers, Titans. Yeah, give me Titans.
You said Panthers, Titans?
Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah, I go to the Titans as well.
All right, everybody with the Titans.
Rams, Cardinals, and Cravante. This is weird. I don't think I've ever seen this. The Rams are 1/2-point favorites.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
That's just a pick 'em. Hey, oh wow.
Never seen
I
this.
get.
What?
I don't think did I pick the Cardinals at all this year.
I'm
I don't
picking
think so.
I think I'm rolling with Kyler Murray and them, man. The Rams look in real bad shape right now, and it is a divisional game, so it's probably gonna be close.
Of
But
course.
I think I'm leaning Kyler Murray and the Cardinals.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals. I'll take them too. Browns, Broncos. This will be a good 4
This
o'clock
is a
game.
tough one. Are they in Denver?
They're in Denver. I picked Denver last week. I'm gonna pick them again. They're our hottest
I'm
team in
going.
the league.
I roll. Let's ride. Let's ride together, Russ. Let's ride. Let's ride.
This
That's
joint
right.
apart. This joint about to fall apart.
No, it's in Denver. I'm gonna go with the I'm
Okay.
gonna go with Denver as well. But they did say in the National Football League, there's two things that can travel with you: a defense and a running game. They
And
might be able to pull it off, but I'm gonna roll with the Denver because of the Mile High.
they don't factor in altitude. So
I would say the
Denver's
rookie.
and Denver's defense. Denver's defense is playing like we thought it was, and Sean Payton's doing a good job.
I'll go with Denver.
plus the Ravens need that.
Chiefs, Raiders.
Need them to lose. What happened again?
Yes, we do. Chiefs, Raiders.
Go
Chiefs.
Chiefs bounce back in a big way.
Time to get back, Chiefs.
Bills, Eagles. That's a big game.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Would that be win number 10? God damn.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm gonna go Bills. Maybe the Eagles lose after this big win. I'm gonna go Bills. Bills are getting hot.
Bills. I ain't Byron for the Bills.
I don't know if they're getting hot or not. I ain't gonna go that far. Man.
I think they figured some things out. They fired someone. So you know what happens when you fire someone. You win a couple
Ken
games.
Dorsey. They fired the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go Bills. I just think the Eagles are gonna lose another game, and this is probably I don't know where else, but just here. I'm gonna just say. Bills.
I heard say we didn't think they lose to the team that they did lose to. So
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bears Vikings on Monday. Come on, now.
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yep.
And Sunday night, Ravens travel to LA to face the Chargers.
Man, if y'all don't put the smack down on these boys, man.
The Ravens are going to Raven. meaning they're going to destroy them. Well, I ain't gonna say destroy them, but they're going to win. They'll find
Yeah,
them.
same.
I don't know if they're gonna blow them out, Cavante, but I think they'll win.
A blowout is gonna stamp the pink slip.
That would be nice. I wouldn't mind it. That'd be an easy Sunday night game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if his players do quit on him, it could be a blowout. But the Ravens just rarely blow people out, especially on the road.
quit on him, damn it.
I mean, hold up. Was he the coach when we blew him out the last time we played
That
them?
was Anthony Lynn, I
Oh, that
believe.
was
Yeah.
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, Dre Raj, your thoughts on Full Gear and Randy Orton announced for War Games and Survivor Series this Saturday, which we will be live for
I'm
when we
going to
go.
keep this real short and sweet because I'm getting really tired. But Full Gear was a good show. I enjoyed the last match. I enjoyed Swerve and
Man.
what was it, Swerve and Hangman
Swerve
Page.
and Hangman Page.
It was great, great match, great match. All overall great pay per view. Full Gear was. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Survivor Series should be a pretty good Survivor Series. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward more, I guess, towards the men's Survivor Series than the women's. But it should be a pretty good card. The WWE doesn't really disappoint that much with their pay per views. They're not as good as AEW's, in my opinion, but they don't disappoint as much. But what we shall see. We won't be live streaming it, so check it out. We'll definitely be in the house, and should be pretty good. But Full Gear was everything that I wanted it to be, and then some. And even though the storylines are a little goofy at times, the in ring product has always been great.
Go ahead, Dre. Dre.
And Dre, okay, there you go. All right.
Um, so for I mean, I'm gonna keep it short too. It was fun hanging with Unk this weekend. Um, I think that Strickler, that Swerve and Hangman Page should be a match of the year candidate. One of the most, if not the most brutal match I've seen. And they took it to a whole nother level. The pay per view all overall was good. I can't remember the ladies for the title match, but um, that was good.
Julia Hart, Statlander, and Charlotte.
Statlander, yeah, that was a good one. And then even the main event, I thought that the main event was really good between um, MJF and Jay White. Me and Unc were talking about the review of another YouTuber, but we disagree with his take. We think that how they had it was just so perfect, and the storyline, and you could see that it's it's nonstop. So AEW's really my hats is off to them. Um, and you got the Survivor Series up here. Um, I'm just looking forward to the experience and seeing what plays out. I mean, we see the return of Randy Orton, but it would be good if we could see the debut of a Jay Cordell, instead of the man. So we'll see what happens with this stuff.
And man, boy, is that going to be something when Adam Cole turns on MJF? Man, it's going to be like when Sami Zayn got beat up by Roman at the Rumble. It's going to pull on the heartstrings. Definitely,
It's,
going to pull on the
it's gonna be
heartstrings.
ugly.
I,
It's
it, I,
real
I,
ugly.
it could be one of those, like, we know it's coming, but it could be like one of those Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty type of ordeals, man. um, The only thing though I would say is if that happens, Cole should win the belt. But after Swerve and Hangman Page, it just seems like Swerve is about to be the next guy up. I don't know when, but it just I could see a feud between MJF and Cole going on, but maybe he turns on him and makes Swerve the new champion, and then we'll see what happens after that. I don't know.
And they do have the start of their Continental Classic. So basically a American style G1 this week. So maybe Swerve wins that as well, Dre. Maybe he ends 2024 winning that, stamping his year, or 2023 hitting into 2024. We'll see. We'll be live Wednesday, so check us out. We'll be talking about that and more. And previews coming on the channel this week. Cravante, you ready to get goofy and get out of here, my brother?
Y'all already know what it is.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Mm, mm, mm.
Well, now that's goofy.
I'm previewing it the entire show, but you just knew how the Commanders laid several eggs this past Sunday afternoon. You just knew that they were going to be the goofy. I didn't care what else happened the rest of the Sunday or this past month. It doesn't matter. Once the Commanders lost to the Giants, this was going to be the goofy of the week. And for more reasons than one. So duh. I've been calling for Ron Rivera's job for at least the past 3-4 weeks now. And somehow, some way he still has his job. I don't know. I don't know how. I feel like even with Josh Harris and Magic Johnson group, you had to have seen enough. Like, I think 10 games, 11 weeks is a big enough sample size to say, hey, this guy is in over his head. He's checked out. The players are not even fighting. They look ill prepared. And these are things that's happening week after week after week. And all he's doing is folding his arms every week. Same face, same arm fold. It's just different clothes and in a different place. But same guy doing absolutely nothing to motivate his team or just to be there, just to be present. He looks terrible. But I'm sorry. I jumped the gun big time. I didn't even do an intro. The Commanders pissed me off so much. I forgot to do the entire intro. Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. I appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell you how the Commanders are so terrible. Just God awful. I'm only dealing with one card this week. Y'all know what the low level Goofy is. That's Jet Green right now, because they're still bad. And their high level Goofy is the one I'm talking about now, and that's the Commanders. Because I'm sorry, Jet Green, even though it will not be utilized this show. But no, it's the Commanders. The Commanders the whole time. It's red. It should have been a cardinal sin to get paid after that the monstrosity that they displayed in FedEx Field, which is also a very terrible stadium, I might add. Easily the worst stadium in the NFL. We'll get into that a little bit. But first things first. They called him Danny DeVito. I don't know if y'all familiar with Danny DeVito, but he was a gentleman who played on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I believe that's the title. Check that for me. Short man, very funny comedian. He does Jersey Mike's commercials, the sub shop commercial. That's who. I almost thought that was the Giants. Hey, I thought that was the Giants quarterback. The brother's name is Tommy. The brother's name is Tommy DeVito. That's his name. And he torched the Commanders defense. 240 yards, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked like he'd been there before. Well, outside of his offensive line gave up quite a bit of sacks, but it didn't matter. They didn't turn into no pick sixes. They didn't turn into any fumble sixes. They didn't turn into any good turnovers for us because the Commanders suck. Linebackers, trash. Secondary, trash. Defensive line, trash and overrated. Offense. The offense was giving up the ball like it was going out of style. How many turnovers? 6? Byron, check that for me. Was it 6 turnovers?
Yes, 6.
4 of them being fumbles. Like you just putting the ball on the ground. That's that. There he goes. That's who they said the Giants quarterback was going to be. That's who they said it was going to be. I was like, wait, who is that? His name is Tommy DeVito. Nothing to do, no relation to the brother that's in front of the sub. Right?
Hey man, if he gives me a number 7 turkey provolone or the number 64 portobello mushroom, shoot, I hope he's out there each and every week, man.
Man, if you don't get out great, take with your order with your order at Jersey Mike show.
Dre, I'm getting a little hungry. It is a midnight snack time.
See, exactly. Byron understands, man. Look, Jersey Mike's extend them hours, baby, and let me go ahead and get one of them. Have you had one of them sandwiches, Caranta?
I have not had the pleasure.
Man, I'm telling you, boy, it'll change your life, man.
You know what changed my life? How I seen Tommy DeVito handing out sandwiches to this goddamn defense. That's what changed my life, and I knew. That's when I knew that was the nail in the coffin because we was already buried. The season had been over. I thought this was going to be the only remaining game that we win, and we lost. And not only did we lost in embarrassing fashion to a guy who only played 2 games prior in an NFL uniform.
Well, aren't you the one who said though that the Giants always beat the Commanders?
I said that, and I did not follow what I already know. Obviously, I thought they said Danny DeVito was the quarterback. I was like, all right, well, bet. We got to win now.
Nope.
No, that's not how it works. Especially if the offense is going to turn over the ball 6 times. The hell is wrong with y'all? Like y'all forget how to play football. But anyway, I've been calling for jobs for weeks now. The only reason I'm gonna hold on to this. The only reason why they still are employed is because it's a short week. I think that's the only reason why they are still employed.
Cause of?
But after we get dog walked by the Cowboys and we get that extended week, he's gonna get fired in that time frame. I am positive, especially depending on how we lose to the Cowboys. I think Ron Rivera is about to coach his last game, and he should go retire for real, because he got nothing left. He's old, he's stale, he's like Bill Belichick right now. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if y'all heard the rumors, but they talking about Bill Belichick might come to the Commanders. I'll be goddamned.
Yeah, I've heard that rumor too, and I'm like, they said it's already set up and everything. I'm like, please don't.
I'll be goddamn. I will be just how I took a break from the Wizards. I'm out. Commanders, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
What if the greatest football coach in all of sports, well, all of football rather, came, you wouldn't be excited?
He's stale. Oh, thank you, Rod. Look at Rod's getting a giggle out of that. He's old, stale, antiquated, out of date. No, the NFL time has passed him by. And if you notice, well, I'm sure we've all noticed, he ain't much without number 12. And
Man.
it's hard to replace the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I will not be excited. And then they talk about giving him, he's going to be the head coach and the GM for the next team. I say I will be goddamn. I'll be goddamn. I'll be goddamned. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Because that means y'all don't learn nothing. Because Bill Belichick has been, yeah, he might have been one of the best coaches ever, but he's been one of the worst GMs ever as well. And I'll be damned if y'all give him the keys to the organization after looking at his last 3 years without Tom Brady. And last I checked, we don't have Tom Brady. So no, I'm not excited. I won't be excited. As a matter of fact, I will no longer be a fan. I'm out. Say right now. Say it right now. I'm no. If the Commanders especially if they give up draft capital to pick up Bill Belichick as their new head coach and GM. I am no longer a Commanders fan. Mark my words. I'm out.
You can always
I'm
drive up 95. We'll take you, Pop. We'll take you.
I'm already I'm already here. But yes, terrible, terrible. But that's just rumors. But last thing, I don't know if y'all know, but well, no, y'all know. America. I don't know if the interweb knows. Um, for the people that's listening, that there was no water pressure or hot water after the game was over. So you know how like guys like you know groom and bathe, take showers after the game, so they could put on their fresh clothes and for the Giants go home and for the Giants get on a bus or a plane or whatever to travel back home and the Commanders just go home as normal. There was a let's see what they call this mess. Um, they said both teams discovered that there was minimal water pressure and cold water only in the locker room showers. A team official said it was due to an equipment failure in the in the main water heater. I tell you, this is stuff that only happens to the Commanders organization. I tell you, I feel like Daniel Snyder is still haunting this organization. I feel like that's what's going on. We have to get out of FedEx Field. Like this is a disgrace. This is god awful. My my heavens. At the very least, the border bare minimum necessities need to be met. And the Commanders organization continues to not meet those necessary expectations. Now folks had to go home funky, Byron. Folks had to go home funky. Unless they toughed it out through a cold shower. But folks had to go home
You had to do the Rasheed Wallace like back in the day.
terrible. And this is but it's only fitting that it's for this team because trash they are, and as long as they've been trash, it's been so long that this is about right. Y'all remember last year when the sewage came out from that random whatever in the at the stadium? Yeah, this isn't the first time some wild stuff has happened inside the stadium. Y'all remember when Jalen Hurts almost got tackled when when the railing broke and all those fans on the railing and it broke and it almost hit Jalen Hurts? Y'all remember that? Yeah. I can't believe FedEx Field and the Commanders. I'm sure they've been sued because that's crazy. Like everybody that fell should have been in the lawsuit. The sewage should have been a lawsuit. Like they should own, not that you want to own the FedEx Field, but they should own FedEx Field. But this team is bad, and there's multiple ways for me to show you that this team is bad. But the best way I can show you, trash, 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 trash. I'm telling you right now, I need Rivera gone after we lose to the Cowboys. That's what I need. I need that. This organization needs that. This culture needs that. This fan base deserves that at the very least. God damn, y'all. Trash. Just trash all over the place. I can't believe, I know it's just rumors, but I can't believe they're talking about giving up draft capital to get Bill Belichick. That better not be true. But I'll tell you what is true. The stadium's trash, the team is trash, and the organization is still trash. I'm going to stick around, but if that Bill Belichick thing happens, I'm out. I'm not even watching the Wizards right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even watching right now. They're unwatchable. Kind of like the Commanders now. They're just unwatchable. So that is my they're my long 3-part goofy of the week. The Washington Commanders, just being a terrible organization, terrible leadership, terrible rumor of new leadership, and then of course the stadium being the 33rd worst stadium out of 32. Well, I'm sorry, actually 32nd stadium because the Rams and the Chargers actually. Well, no, I'm sorry, the Rams and Chargers and the Jets and the Giants share stadium. So what would that be? What 30th, something like that. Whatever. Whatever the worst number, the worst team is, it's them. So y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and it's this Commanders organization. Got to do better. Got to find a way to do better.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Well, now that's goofy.
Yes, it is with the Washington Commanders. And speaking of goofy, another Washington team, Raj, yet again at 2-11.
Come on now, say it with me. Everybody beats the Wiz.
I just wanted to put that out there.
I bet you did.
Jersey Dre, episode 417 in the books, episode 418 next week. Once again, everybody, happy Thanksgiving from the Flex Zone Podcast to you. Let us be the first to wish you happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving. But Jersey Dre, what can the people expect for episode 418 on the Flex Zone next Monday?
Definitely reviews of the Ohio State Michigan game in WWE. Of course, football, basketball. We'll talk about the usuals and these Thanksgiving games, man. Some of them, you look forward to, but some,
Executive producer and co-founder, the patriarch, like our boy Christian Cage, Jersey Dre. Cravante, baby. Will Crown be drunk in this Thursday? Ask those Commanders. How many shots in will you be by halftime? Senior producer, Captain Leadership.
I don't know, man. I gotta figure out something to drink about. Like, I don't know if I'm doing flags or if I'm doing sacks or interceptions or turnovers in general. I don't know how many touchdowns they give up. I don't know. But
You'll be drunk by the first quarter. You'll be drunk by the first quarter.
What'd you say?
He said drunk by the first quarter.
You'll be like Dre's birthday. Let's just say that.
Oh snap!
Worse.
You'll be asleep. You'll be
worse.
We'll talk about it next week. A lot to get into. Big Raj, we're back at it this week. More content.
Yes, more content. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button. We're building back up. We had a little rough patch, but we're past that now. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We're only going to get better from here. And, we're going to keep it moving. This is what we do. So if you like what you like, if you like what you see, you know what to do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This Wednesday, got AEW Dynamite, kickoff of the Continental Classic. On this Saturday, we got Survivor Series, and on Sunday night, Ravens post-game show after Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, and probably some Survivor Series videos, some previews sprinkled in between. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button, hit the bell, vote on the poll, hit that Cash App, flexzone1@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, the Flex Zone 1 and podcast. The Flex Zone podcast, that is, on TikTok. Throw your wins up. Acknowledge the Hitter Sports Podcast table. For Jersey Dre, Big Raj, Cravante, and all of you, again, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the football. And most importantly, enjoy the Flex Zone as we're here each and every week. Hit that bell for all notifications. It's the only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. It's Cravante with the fireworks as we get ready to put the kids to bed. Thank you guys for watching, all the comments, and support as always. Everybody in the chat, thank you again. Cravante giving you love on the way out. And it's only appropriate as we head towards a season of giving that we hand out one more ass whooping for the Commanders. Have a good night, everybody.